Welcome the anointed ones. They expected an angel, soft, ethereal, and harmless. What they did not anticipate was a force so profound it would unsettle the deepest corners of their souls. The scariest thing in this world is not a devil cloaked in darkness, but a heart ablaze with love so fierce it cannot be extinguished, a spirit that sees everything and still chooses to stand in the light. Most people imagine an earth angel as a symbol of endless smiles, boundless patience, and quiet acquiescence. Someone who would never dare to raise their voice, much less take a firm stand. But they are mistaken. There lies a twist, one that shatters these naive expectations. When an earth angel decides to reveal the full strength of their spirit, they can be more terrifying than the darkest devil. Think about it. What could be more unsettling than someone who chooses gentleness not out of weakness, but because they are powerful enough to wield mercy as a weapon of grace? Studies have shown that individuals with deep empathy and intuition often unsettle those who live by manipulation and control. So, when an earth angel steps forward and lets their light illuminate the shadows, it has the power to shatter the strongest facades. To skeptics, this light is not a comfort. It is a reckoning. Because if there is one immutable truth, it is this: never underestimate someone who can smile through chaos and walk away unscathed, their spirit untarnished. And to those who believe they can test the limits of an earth angel's patience, they might soon discover that playing with fire has consequences. Consequences that are as profound as they are inevitable. 1. The power of a pure heart's boundaries. Kindness is often mistaken for weakness, a soft heart perceived as an invitation for disrespect. But those who assume this have never encountered the unyielding strength of an earth angel's boundaries. To be kind does not mean to be naive. To love fiercely does not mean to allow others to take advantage. An earth angel's kindness is not born of fragility but of strength. It is a deliberate choice, fortified by a foundation of unwavering self-respect. Most people fail to see this. They are captivated by the warmth of the open heart, blind to the fortress that protects it. They assume kindness means passivity, that the gentle will always yield. Yet the moment they push too far, they are confronted with a quiet strength that leaves them speechless. Unlike the volatile anger that many expect, an earth angel sets boundaries with calm firmness. There is no shouting, no bitterness, only the resolute power of someone who knows their worth. For those accustomed to overstepping lines, this realization is as jarring as a wall they never saw coming. It is a wall built of love and an unshakable sense of self, and it stands immovable. What unsettles them most is this: the same heart they sought to exploit is the one that now denies them access with grace and finality. True kindness includes the ability to say no without hesitation, a truth that many fail to grasp until it is too late. 2. A mind that sees through illusions. An earth angel possesses a clarity that cuts through the fog of deception like a blade of light. It is a perception so finely tuned that no mask, no hidden motive, can escape their notice. People may approach with charming smiles and carefully rehearsed words, thinking they can deceive. But little do they know, the earth angel has already seen through them. This gift is both unsettling and transformative. For those who thrive on manipulation, the piercing gaze of an earth angel is like standing under an unrelenting spotlight. It strips away their facades, exposing the truths they worked so hard to bury. There is no need for confrontation. The mere presence of such clarity is enough to unsettle, to provoke defensiveness, and to sow unease. What they fail to understand is that this insight is not wielded as a weapon. It simply exists, a mirror reflecting reality as it is, not as they wish it to be. And in a world where so many hide behind illusions, such a revelation is both terrifying and liberating. 3. A soul that commands respect without demanding it. There is a quiet power in an earth angel's presence, a natural authority that commands respect without ever seeking it. They do not chase attention, nor do they plead for validation. Their confidence is serene, rooted in a deep understanding of their own worth. When they enter a room, it is not their words or actions that draw notice, but the unshakable energy they carry. This silent assurance unnerves those who are used to being sought after, those who thrive on the approval of others. For them, The Earth Angel is an enigma, someone who radiates worth without needing external affirmation. This is not arrogance. It is the quiet strength of knowing who you are. It is the profound understanding that your value is inherent and does not depend on anyone else's recognition. For those accustomed to control, this kind of self-assuredness is disarming. They realize they cannot manipulate someone who does not seek their approval, and this shift in power leaves them unsteady. An Earth Angel does not need to demand respect because it is freely given. Their presence is a reminder that true strength is not loud. It is steady. True confidence does not need to prove itself. It simply exists. Owning your truth. The power of an Earth Angel. There is something deeply unsettling about a person who does not wait for validation or strive to gain approval from others. Instead, they are fully aligned with their purpose, values, and personal journey. For those who thrive on control, this independence is bewildering. How do you manipulate someone who is already whole? The truth is, you cannot. Even more intimidating is the realization that this person is not competing, not proving, and not performing. They simply exist, fully in their power, a quiet confidence radiating from within. This quiet confidence does not shout for attention. It simply commands respect. It is a powerful reminder that true self-worth is never chased. It is cultivated and carried with grace. And for those unprepared to face this kind of energy, it can be one of the most intimidating forces they have ever encountered. 1. The unyielding resolve of a guardian. An Earth Angel is far from a passive observer. They are protectors, fierce, steadfast guardians of what is right and true. While they may appear as gentle, serene souls, there is an undeniable strength that emerges when faced with injustice. This is not a strength that bends or wavers. It is unshakable, immovable, and uncompromising. Most people are used to dealing with others who can be swayed or persuaded to look the other way. They expect negotiations, compromises, and a willingness to tolerate wrongdoing. But an Earth Angel's values are not negotiable. When they see injustice, they confront it head-on. When they take a stand, they do so with absolute conviction, and there is no halfway. This unwavering resolve catches people off guard, especially those who mistake kindness for weakness. To witness such quiet strength is almost intimidating. It is a reminder that beneath their compassion lies an unyielding commitment to truth and justice. Their presence in the face of wrongdoing feels like a warning, a force that cannot be silenced or corrupted. Real power, after all, is not about brute force. It is about conviction. And when an Earth Angel stands firm, no storm, no pressure, no adversity can make them move. They are guardians of integrity, and their resolve is far more formidable than anyone expects. 2. Silencing chaos with inner peace. In a world filled with noise and manipulation, where chaos is often weaponized to keep others off balance, an Earth Angel's inner peace is an unyielding shield. This calmness is not a simple personality trait. It is a deeply rooted strength, a fortress that does not crumble under the weight of external negativity. For those who rely on chaos to control others, this peace is profoundly unsettling. Their usual tactics, provocation, drama, and manipulation, fall flat. They quickly realize that no amount of noise can penetrate the steady, grounded presence of someone who refuses to be rattled. This calm energy does not just withstand disruption. It neutralizes it. Those who attempt to create waves find their efforts crashing against an unbreakable wall of serenity. The more they push, the more futile their actions become, until a quiet fear begins to grow. They are used to seeing people flustered, reactive, or desperate to appease. Instead, they are met with someone who is unshakable and in complete control of themselves. This silent strength is one of the most disarming powers an Earth Angel possesses. It says, without words, that no external chaos can disturb the balance within. And for those accustomed to controlling others, this realization is more unsettling than any confrontation. 3. An unbreakable spirit. Gentleness is often misunderstood as weakness. People assume it means they can push boundaries, manipulate, or take advantage without consequence. But an Earth Angel's gentleness is a choice, not a limitation. Beneath their calm exterior lies a spirit that cannot be broken. A resilience forged through trials and experiences most cannot imagine. When others push them to the edge, expecting them to falter, they are met with something extraordinary. An unyielding core of steel. This resilience does not boast or demand attention. It simply exists, quietly defying every attempt to break it. Those who try to weaken an earth angel find themselves frustrated and defeated. No matter how intense the pressure, the angel stands firm. Their refusal to crumble under adversity is a silent yet powerful testament to their strength. This unbreakable spirit is more intimidating than any outward display of force. It mirrors the limitations of those who seek to control, reflecting their inability to overpower someone who is deeply rooted in their own strength. True resilience, after all, is not about fighting. It is about enduring, and an earth angel endures with grace and unshakable resolve. For a truth that shatters illusion. There is a unique power in living authentically, aligned with truth. An earth angel does not sugarcoat reality or indulge in deception. Their words, like a torch, illuminate the darkest corners, exposing truths others would rather keep hidden. For those who thrive on manipulation, this authenticity is a revelation, and not a welcome one. They have spent their lives crafting facades, spinning half-truths, and evading accountability. But the clarity of an earth angel's presence is like a mirror, reflecting back everything they have tried to conceal. The power of this truth is not in confrontation but in resonance. It cuts through defenses effortlessly, not because it seeks to destroy, but because it refuses to accommodate lies. This unyielding alignment with reality forces others to confront their own inconsistencies, often leaving them vulnerable and exposed. For those accustomed to hiding, this exposure is deeply unsettling. They find themselves unable to maneuver or manipulate, as the truth shines too brightly to ignore. It is not loud or aggressive. It is steady and relentless, a quiet force that demands integrity without ever raising its voice. 5. Forgiveness with boundaries. Forgiveness, in the hands of an earth angel, is a nuanced and powerful act. It is not about forgetting or offering endless chances. It is about releasing bitterness while holding on to the lessons learned. This balance between compassion and self-respect baffles those who have mistaken kindness for naivety. They expect forgiveness to mean a clean slate, a chance to repeat their behavior without consequence. But an earth angel knows better. Forgiveness, for them, is a path forward, not an open door for repeated harm. This strength catches people off guard. They realize that while an earth angel can release resentment, they do not erase the memory of what has been done. Forgiveness, in this sense, is not a weakness but a boundary, a firm reminder that compassion does not equate to complacency. 6. A presence that changes everything. The presence of an earth angel holds a unique kind of power. When they walk into a room, the very energy shifts. It is not about commanding attention through words or actions, but about radiating an inner frequency that alters the dynamics around them. For those who rely on manipulation or control, this presence is a disruption they cannot navigate. It challenges the structures they have built, the dynamics they have mastered, and the influence they wield. It is a quiet but undeniable force that transforms the atmosphere without effort. This is the power of an earth angel, a reminder that real strength is not in force but in presence, not in control but in authenticity. The quiet power of presence. There is a unique kind of strength in simply existing without engaging in the manipulative games that others play. Those who subtly sway opinions, stir drama, or create tension to assert control find themselves inexplicably unnerved by your calm, unwavering presence. It is not loud or forceful, but it does not need to be. Your presence speaks louder than words, commanding respect without ever demanding attention. For those accustomed to controlling the energy in a room, your steadiness is disorienting. They thrive on tension, feed off chaos, and manipulate dynamics to maintain their perceived power. But when confronted with your grounded authenticity, they are left scrambling. The rules they have relied on no longer apply because they cannot manipulate what they do not understand. What truly unsettles them is the realization that they are being influenced by something intangible, a quiet force they cannot define. You do not need grand gestures or sharp words to shift the energy. Your authenticity alone is enough. It alters the dynamics, exposing their shallow attempts at control and rendering their tactics meaningless. They are left questioning not only their ability to steer the room but also the very power they thought they possessed. This is the essence of true strength. The ability to remain steady, to let your energy speak for itself, and to create change simply by being present. In the face of such unshakable authenticity, even the most manipulative individuals are forced to recalibrate, left to grapple with their diminishing influence. The fearlessness of being unattached. An earth angel operates on a level that most people cannot comprehend. Their purpose is rooted in something far greater than any earthly connection or material possession, and this detachment is both liberating and profoundly unsettling to those who thrive on control. Unlike others who cling to people, titles, or situations for validation, an earth angel is driven by a deep internal knowing. They are here to fulfill a mission, not to appease, conform, or seek recognition. This unwavering sense of purpose strips away any fear of loss. You understand with clarity that nothing in this world is permanent, and you embrace that truth with open arms. This fearless detachment is what sets you apart. For those who rely on attachments, be it emotional, material, or hierarchical, to maintain control, your independence is a force they cannot reckon with. Your freedom is not born of cold indifference but of profound clarity. You are not bound by the fear of losing people, positions, or possessions because you have no need for them to define your worth. This lack of dependence is quietly formidable. It rattles those who are used to wielding power by manipulating the fears and insecurities of others. What truly terrifies them is the understanding that they cannot control you. They cannot play on your emotions, cannot use your attachments against you, because you have none. Your sense of self is whole, untethered, and entirely your own. This clarity leaves them powerless, their attempts to hold sway over you crumbling in the face of your unshakable independence. To live unattached is not to reject the world but to embrace it fully, knowing that everything is temporary and that true freedom lies in acceptance. For those who expect you to need them for stability, recognition, or security, the realization that you simply do not is a devastating blow to their sense of control. It is not you who has lost anything. It is they who have lost their grip, left standing in the shadow of your fearless detachment. Unshakable freedom, the essence of detachment. The most unsettling thing for those who seek control is encountering someone who cannot be tethered to anyone or anything. They scramble to find leverage, searching for a hold on you. But there is none. The truth is simple yet profound. You cannot be controlled by attachment, and that is precisely what makes you utterly unshakable. You live with a sense of freedom that transcends material possessions, societal expectations, or relational ties. This detachment is not cold indifference but a profound clarity about what truly matters. For those accustomed to manipulating others through dependence or emotional entanglement, your independence is disarming. It dismantles their illusions of power, leaving them grasping at shadows. Your existence is a quiet yet potent reminder that real strength lies in the ability to let go. By refusing to cling to what no longer serves your growth, you embody a fearlessness that few can comprehend. This detachment liberates you, unsettling those who once believed they could wield control over your life. 1. Unconditional love that honors boundaries. Unconditional love is often misunderstood as limitless tolerance, an open door that allows anyone to enter regardless of their actions. But for an earth angel, love is not blind. It does not mean accepting disrespect or sacrificing self-worth. Instead, your love is a profound and limitless gift, but one that operates with clear and unyielding standards. While your compassion flows freely, it is not without discernment. You give generously but only to those who honor your boundaries and respect your values. This distinction often catches people off guard. They expect kindness to mean compliance, imagining that they can manipulate your compassion or push past your limits without consequence. What they fail to realize is that your love operates on a higher frequency, one that demands mutual respect and understanding. Your love is not about losing yourself in the service of others. It is about elevating both yourself and those around you. This kind of love is powerful, yet discerning. It challenges the expectations of those who believe they can exploit your grace. They soon learn that your kindness is not a weakness but a testament to your strength. Your boundaries are non-negotiable, and your self-respect is unwavering. This balance of compassion and firmness is transformative. It teaches others that love is not about endless compromise, but about creating a space where mutual growth and respect can thrive. For those who sought to take advantage, the realization that your love has limits is both baffling and humbling. 2. The power to walk away without looking back. Perhaps the greatest strength of an earth angel is their ability to walk away from anything that no longer aligns with their higher purpose. This is not merely about physical departure. It is about leaving with a peace of mind that others cannot comprehend. There is no bitterness, no regret. Only a quiet certainty that the path ahead is more aligned with your truth than what you are leaving behind. For those who sought to tether you to their drama, expectations, or control, your ability to detach is a revelation they did not anticipate. They relied on your kindness, mistaking it for a trap they could exploit, a source of validation and security they could draw from indefinitely. They believed your loyalty was endless, your patience infinite. But when you walk away without hesitation, it sends a clear and powerful message. Your loyalty is sacred, and it is earned, not given freely. You do not stay in toxic situations out of obligation or a misplaced sense of duty. When something no longer serves your growth or peace, you leave with dignity, never looking back. This act is not a rejection but a declaration of self-worth. A statement that your journey is more important than anyone's attempt to hold you in place. This ability to sever ties without regret leaves those who sought to control you shaken. They cannot comprehend how someone they thought they could manipulate has the strength and clarity to move on so decisively. It is a testament to your inner power, a reminder that you are unshakable and untethered. 3. The balance between compassion and strength. An earth angel embodies the perfect harmony of compassion and strength, forgiveness and self-preservation, kindness and fierce boundaries. This balance is what makes you untouchable to those who seek to control or manipulate. Your love is vast, but it is not naive. Your kindness is generous, but it is never at the expense of your self-respect. People often misunderstand this balance, assuming that your gentleness means they can cross lines without consequence. They expect endless second chances, imagining that your forgiveness erases the lessons you have learned. But what they fail to see is the steel beneath your softness, the resilience that stands firm even in the face of manipulation or deceit. You teach the world that true power does not lie in dominance or control. It lies in clarity, in the unwavering strength to honor yourself while extending grace to others. This terrifies those who thrive on chaos because they cannot disrupt your inner peace or shake your resolve. 4. A love that demands worthiness. Your love is a force of nature, transformative, healing, and boundless. But it is never given without respect. It is not about tolerating everything. It is about lifting others to a higher standard. Those who seek to exploit your love quickly realize that they cannot. Your boundaries are unyielding, and your self-worth is non-negotiable. For those who thrive on manipulation, this realization is deeply unsettling. They cannot comprehend how someone who loves so deeply can also stand so firmly. It challenges their expectations, forcing them to confront their own shortcomings. 5. Rising beyond expectations. As an earth angel, your presence is a force that cannot be contained by conventional rules or expectations. You are not here to conform or appease, but to live with purpose, clarity, and unshakable authenticity. Your journey is one of balance, between forgiveness and self-respect, compassion and boundaries, love and strength. For those who try to control you, your existence is a constant reminder that their power is an illusion. You cannot be manipulated, tethered, or swayed. You embody a truth that terrifies the deceitful and the weak. A love that has standards, a loyalty that must be earned, and the courage to walk away from anything that does not serve your highest good. If these words resonate with you, know that this is just the beginning. You are an earth angel, extraordinary, untouchable, and unshakable. Join a community that celebrates your strength, honors your journey, and recognizes the undeniable power within you. Let us rise together, shattering boundaries and living with purpose. Subscribe now and let your journey begin.